Scene Mom says, welcome to the new podcast from former Phoenix radio host Danny Cutler. Each week bringing you independent music, industry news, the occasional interview, and other fun segments. Let's get to it. Scene Mom says hello and welcome to episode number 47. Hope you are doing well. I am so sorry that I didn't get a show together last week. One thing you can never prepare for is how your day can change immediately. The day I was set to record, which is every Wednesday, I had a meeting, I had some errands, and by the time I got home, I was not feeling well at all. Turns out I just needed to eat, but I didn't know that at the time. Blood sugar really low. Once I had some food in my system, I did feel better, but it was too late to try and record and get the show posted on Thursday, so I am just moving all the good things that I had ready last week to this week, plus some extras. Happily, I felt well enough last Wednesday to head down to Otter River Pub and celebrate with them on the 1-year anniversary of reopening after a fire nearly destroyed the entire place. It was also the 1-year anniversary of the Wednesday night open mic nights at the pub, which is hosted by this show's new sponsor, Soundbites Events. I didn't stay long, but I'm so glad I went. The music was fantastic, and as I've said countless times before, I'm really happy to have found a cool little venue so close to me. I am also collaborating with Soundbites on a pretty cool event later this month. Everything's cool, I guess, today. That's the word of the day, cool. I recently had a consult with a newly opened art studio in Gardner. For those of you not in Massachusetts, it's about 15 minutes south of me in where I am in Winchendon. Diamond Hearts Art Studio. Such a neat place and a really great vibe. They mentioned having some live music events or open mics. So here we are. February 22nd is the first artist spotlight. I'm pretty excited. My first show collaboration. If you are in Massachusetts or New England, come up, down, or over and join us. The details are on the Soundbites page and also on the Scene Mom Says page over on Facebook, but I will also put a link in the show notes as well. I also have to give some love to World Radio Day, which is celebrated every year on February 13th, which is the day that this show is dropping. The UN proclaimed this date as National Radio Day back in 2011. Radio is still one of the most dependable and widely utilized forms of media in the world. This year's theme is a focus on climate change. Now, while the Paris Agreement takes on capital importance, radio contributes to the achievement of its international objectives by supporting populations in the face of climate change through dissemination of fact-based information, listeners' voices, and dedicated radio shows. I feel like in 2025, not just radio, but independent media is desperately needed for topics like climate change more than ever. I will have a link, of course, in the show notes for more on World Radio Day. All right. Well, on the show this week, as always, I have your music news, some music history, your marketing tip, and a little good news to share, as well as a handful of awesome indie tunes. So let's get back to the music with a tune from Massachusetts band Adios Fatso and their latest single, which was just released a couple of weeks ago. I think it's also an appropriate anthem for 2025. Here is WTF, and you're listening to What Scene Mom Says.
People say and people talk, but they never walk the walk. What the fuck? Spitting words that come and go. It's the beginning of the show. What the fuck? Saying much, doing none. It's the way you like to go. Saying much, doing none. You won't see me on this train. Get that shit away from me. I'm operating bullshit free. Always pointing at the crowd without knowing you're the clown. What the fuck? When excuses are the thief, won't see me on this train. Get that shit away from me, I'm operating bullshit free. When gaslighting's the name of the game they will play, making good things seem bad, and they'll blame you every time.
Another Massachusetts artist for you there. That was Ghost on TV with their latest single, Drained. Scene Mom says it is time for some music news. The music streaming industry is experiencing significant shifts as we move through last year and into this year. Notable trend is the increasing prevalence of AI-generated music. There's tools like Udio and Suno. They've advanced to the point where they can create sophisticated compositions, leading to a surge in popularity for AI-produced tracks. This development is reshaping how music is created and consumed, and it also offers new opportunities and challenges for artists and listeners. In terms of industry, major players are reevaluating their business models to adapt to the evolving landscape. For instance, back in November of 2023, Spotify announced a new royalty model set to take effect last year. The model aims to reduce fraudulent royalties collected from non-music tracks, such as environmental sounds and white noise, by implementing thresholds like a minimum of 1,000 listens in 12 months for tracks to be eligible for royalties. Additionally, functional tracks will require longer playtimes to count as a listen, and distributors may face penalties if their content generates fraudulent royalties. These changes are designed to ensure a fairer distribution of revenue among genuine music creators. Furthermore, the industry is witnessing a resurgence of interest in older music. Data from 2021 and 2022 indicated that 70% of music demand was for songs from the past, a trend that continues to grow. In 2022, older musicians like Bob Dylan, Stevie Nicks, Bruce Springsteen capitalized on this demand by selling their music rights for substantial sums. The nostalgia-driven consumption reflects a broader cultural shift, with listeners increasingly turning to classic tracks. Now, these developments do underscore the dynamic nature of the music streaming industry as it navigates technological advancements, changing consumer preferences, and the need for equitable revenue distribution. And of course, all of this really leaves the indie artist out. So make sure that you are streaming and liking and following and sharing all of your indie artists, your favorite indie artists, and your not favorite indie artists. Just share indie music. All right, now turning to nostalgia again, we go back to the Grammys. In a historic achievement, the Beatles have secured their 8th Grammy Award for Best Rock Performance with the song Now and Then, 55 years after their breakup. The track, which was released in 2023, was made possible through the use of artificial intelligence. Originally a late 1970s demo by John Lennon, the song was revisited by McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison in the 1990s. But due to technical limitations at that time, they couldn't separate Lennon's vocals and piano from the lo-fi recording. So in 2021, filmmaker Peter Jackson and his team developed machine learning technology that's capable of isolating and enhancing Lennon's vocals, allowing McCartney and Starr to complete the song. McCartney clarified that no artificial elements were added, existing recordings were enhanced to achieve the final version. Now, it only adds to the Beatles' legacy, but also marks a significant milestone in the music industry, as I said in the last article, highlighting the potential of AI in restoring and completing recordings. Also at the 2025 Grammys, Chappell Roan was honored with the Best New Artist Award, a testament to her rising prominence in the music scene. During her acceptance speech, she highlighted a critical issue, the lack of health insurance for many artists. She shared her personal experience of being dropped by her label and subsequently losing her health coverage, emphasizing the need for better support systems within the music industry. Rowan's performance of Pink Pony Club was a standout moment in the evening. Her recognition as Best New Artist underscores her significant impact on the music scene, and her advocacy for artist welfare has sparked very important conversations about the need for systemic change to ensure that all artists receive adequate protection and compensation. And there's already been pushback by label owners, but there's also been other artists who have come and donated to causes that can help with protection, compensation, and health insurance. And on February 8th of 2025, during a birthday celebration for Bon Jovi keyboardist David Bryan at JBJ's Nashville bar, Kid Rock made a surprise appearance. He joined the band to perform Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary. Now, midway through the song, Kid Rock became frustrated with the audience's lack of participation. He halted the performance twice, urging the crowd to clap along. After his second attempt to engage the audience failed, he declared, quote, "If you ain't gonna clap, I'm gone," and abruptly left the stage. David Bryan appeared confused by the incident, but he continued the performance. Kid Rock has not publicly commented on the matter, but it follows his recent performance at a Make America Great Again victory rally, which celebrated President Donald Trump's inauguration. He was not a happy camper. That's your music news this week. If you have any feedback, other thoughts, you can always shoot an email my way, scenemomsays@gmail.com. From Amherst, Massachusetts, that was Aaron Noble and his latest single, Under the Radar. C-Mom says it is time for a little music history. Michael Jackson's Thriller, which was released in late 1982, reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 for the first time on February 7th in 1983. It went on to become the best-selling album of all time, propelled by hit singles like Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller. More Beatles news for you. Just days after their legendary Ed Sullivan Show debut, on February 10th in 1964, the Beatles held their first U.S. concert at the Washington Coliseum in D.C. This performance cemented Beatlemania in America, changing the course of rock history. On February 14th in 1956, Elvis's breakthrough hit Heartbreak Hotel was certified gold, marking the beginning of his reign as the king of rock and roll. The song topped the charts for 7 weeks and helped launch his legendary career. On February 16th in 1998, Elton John's Candle in the Wind 1997 became the best-selling single. It was Elton John's tribute to Princess Diana, surpassing 33 million copies sold worldwide. On February 15th of 1957, Nat King Cole, who was already a jazz and pop icon, made history with the Nat King Cole Show on NBC. Though it lasted only a year due to a lack of sponsorship, it did pave the way for future Black artists on television. And that is some music history for you this week. That was a little sneak peek at a new single from a new band. That was The Withering Heat and Love My Addictions. C-Mom says it's time for your marketing tip of the week. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess now, we started spring cleaning our online business presence, and we're going to continue. Let's talk about how your website is viewed on a mobile device. Last week, I had a consult with a new artist, specifically the band you just heard. He just started, doesn't have socials up yet. However, he does have a website, and his first single is ready to release. In talking about the website, he mentioned what a mess it was when you view it on mobile. Now, a lot of people have this issue. I did myself, and eventually, after literally hours of frustration, I found the small little checkbox that allowed me to see a mobile preview. Even Googling where is it didn't help. Most people now use their phone or other mobile devices for viewing and reading. So optimizing for mobile is absolutely 100% necessary. All links should be mobile friendly. This includes bios, CTA buttons, and posts. If you have found how to check your formatting for mobile, see how it looks on both desktop and different devices. If you can't find it, get in touch with your customer service. Try to Google it. Hell, if you have some money, pay someone to optimize your website and then show you where everything is located so you can do it on your own. That is money well spent. Mobile first content is important. Short videos and stories use vertical images. That's how people browse online. They don't rotate their phones. Now, that being said, Facebook is still a pretty good place for horizontal videos. Reels are sort of a joke on that particular site. When I'm out at events taking photos and videos, I always take 2 photos or video clips of the same thing, horizontal and vertical. On top of making sure that your website is mobile friendly, plan your content accordingly to where you are posting it. And as always, if you want to chat more about marketing and promoting your music, your brand, your business, you can schedule a consultation with me at dannycutler.com. off their brand new EP called Unbroken that was falsely accused with Castaway. They have a release show coming up this Saturday, the 15th in Lowell, Mass. And Adios Fatso, who you heard at the top of the show, is also going to be performing in support. Unfortunately for me, we have another snowstorm coming in on Saturday evening, so I'm not going to be able to make the show. Crazy that I have to decide my social life based on winter weather now. But that's okay. I know I'll have other opportunities when the snow melts or if something falls in between a storm. C-Mom says it is now time for a little good news. During an 8-hour layover at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, 20-year-old piano tuner Josiah Jackson, known as the Piano Doctor on YouTube, took the initiative to restore a neglected grand piano near gate C-17. Jackson first encountered the piano at age 17 and was disappointed by its poor condition, noting sticky keys and subpar sound quality. He attributed these issues to multiple beverage spills as the piano was situated adjacent to a bar. Determined to improve the instrument, Jackson planned ahead by mailing a limited toolkit to the airport, ensuring compliance with security protocols by avoiding sharp objects. Despite the typical tuning process taking at least an hour and a half, Jackson completed the restoration in just 45 minutes to avoid missing his flight. His efforts successfully returned the piano to near pitch perfect, making it enjoyable for travelers again. That's such a great story. And on that note, haha, get it? Note? That's it for episode 47. Links to all of the music and news that you heard this week will be in the show notes. And if you have any feedback or articles to share, you can always get in touch on social media, or you can email scenemomsays@gmail.com. And if you like what you hear, please share the love with friends, family, business owners, fellow musicians, anyone you think might benefit from my ramblings. Thanks as always for listening, and you'll hear me again soon. You've been listening to the Scene Mom Says podcast. Intro, outro music is Look Good for the Radio by Fairy Bones. Learn more about Danny and the show at dannycutler.com.